Please like, subscribe, and comment, even if it's just with an emoji. It's a free way for you to support the channel, and for me, it might bring in some money from all the commercials they keep putting on my videos. Or if you're feeling super generous, check out my Patreon or Ko-fi. I've got links in the description. Or you can hit the money heart thanks button down below. Now, let's get to it. Hey, this is the Sword and the Pen Reflections, and I am here with my guests, Dane Bornhold, technically Mexican, who's now technically a dark friend, I guess, yep. Pips, and Prophet of the Dragon, who have been so kind as to lend their abilities on Livestream and their expertise in the Wheel of Time book series, and come over to my channel and run this live stream here, doing a predictions for the season finale of the Wheel of Time Season 3. Dane is going to be co-hosting this or co-piloting this with me. He has really put this whole thing together. So special thank you to all of you guys. And they're going to be helping me click on which comments we're going to be jumping in on here. But the idea is this: we're going to look through some slides that Dane has provided of the trailer for the season finale, and then we're going to go over what we think our predictions are going to be for this. And we want all of you guys to contribute to those predictions, because I know we're going to come up with some really good ones. And I want you to keep in mind this: super chats are going to get special attention, but in keeping in the spirit of the Whitecloaks' main mission on their channel, which is any super chats that come in are going to be used. The funds from those are going to be used to purchase Wheel of Time books that will be donated to libraries. And they will either go to libraries here in Arizona, where I live, or Steve, who has been doing this for a while. Either way, that's where all the super chat funds are going to be going for this live stream. So with that being said, I believe we're ready to go. We're not quite at the part where we want your predictions yet, correct?
Not yet. Not yet.
No, okay, but
we're not buying books with the new covers, right?
No.
What new covers?
Oh, the show
covers? They don't. Those don't exist.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
I only get the old cover paperback ones. So
yeah.
those,
that being said, I did find a old cover, or sorry, a new cover paperback of the Eye of the World, and it was super cheap. It was in a secondhand bookstore already for like $5. So we could, stretch our dollars a long way if we go seek out all those unwanted show cover books.
I'm also an eBay person. So I will find those cheap ones and get lots of them. I'll donate a whole 15-book series to a library if that's what we can do.
This raises an interesting strategy. I mean, the economy is hitting everyone differently. If you go and find the $5 ones with the Amazon covers, rip the cover off, and you increase the value of that book, sell it with no cover for probably at least $7. And now, I mean, I think infinite money. I think we might have actually figured it out.
Buy the dip, right?
Efficient market hypothesis, Pip. That can't exist. It'd be the easiest arbitrage in the world. All right. Should we go through the slides, guys?
Yeah, let's do that. Thank you so much, Shane. Please take the helm.
Okay, so this is very simply, I just took the 1-minute trailer that they had on YouTube and I took some screenshots from it. The rules for us guys is anything that's obvious from the trailer, we can't say as a prediction because it's just too easy. So they go to Alker Dal, the Golden Bowl, and we have a similar scene confrontation between Rand and Couladin. We kind of know that from what's happened already, so we can't make that a prediction. That's too easy.
Has anybody seen Couladin though in the trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, he's there. All right, just checking.
Yeah,
he's walking away from Rand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not in this one, but in the first original season trailer, and he even had 2 golden dragon tattoos as well.
Did we also say try not to spoil much past book 5, because that's where Amber is?
Yeah, I'm at book
for Amber, but
5. I've started book 6.
We might some spoilers I assume might be coming from book 6, but
I actually think there's one from book 7, and I think there's one from the later books. But I cleared it with Amber beforehand.
In your
I'm gonna get myself in so much trouble. Okay, I'm gonna. All right, I'm shutting up again.
It's all good.
And the first one of the day. So
Thank
Rodo
you.
Itarolda.
One of the great captains. Dane is wrong about him.
Half Price Books. We used to actually have a shop here in Phoenix. I used to go there all the time. I don't know if they're still there, but yeah, that'd be a good place to look for sure. Thank you for the $2. All right.
So anyway, they're at Alker Dal. All the Aiel are here. It looks like we've got Shido Aiel and regular Aiel.
Why do they all stand mixed up like that? Wouldn't they like, hey, we're not going around this?
They actually only have like 50 guys, and they used computers to basically duplicate the images a lot. We already saw that as well.
You can
They
see-
used AI.
Oh dear. This
Okay.
I have no clue what's going on here.
I do, and this is going to form one of my predictions, and it is a slight spoiler for you, Amber.
Close my ears.
Is she underwater?
I think I'm getting what you're going, Dane.
Yeah,
I know because I know where this is too. So yeah, I got
But
you.
you know what? We could also say
Laser
that
beam.
it's not a prediction because it's just too darn obvious because it gave us half a second of Nynaeve drowning. So we don't have to put that on the card if we don't.
Oh,
want to.
I thought she was trying to get to the merman for the to win the cup. Oh no, sorry, wrong movie. She's not trying to get the Goblet of Fire. My bad. Okay.
So this is a Balefire shot. It looks like,
And that's
so-
Tom and Elaine,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Now we can't rule out that actually this is a crossover with Ghostbusters, and that's a proton
True.
pack. We can't actually rule that out. So I don't like your assumption that it's Balefire.
It looks like she's holding some sort of a rod thing, though. Did you notice that? It almost
Yeah.
looks like a wand with like a fork end, and then she's shooting it off. I don't know. Maybe I saw it wrong, but
No, you're 100% right. Yeah,
That's
it's
for
not.
the books.
Yeah, it's the Balefire rod. She probably got it from the 13th depository.
So they're going to introduce a new weapon for the final episode.
Yes.
Not necessarily, because it
It's a weave that you
somewhat
can
book
make.
accurate.
It's a weave that you can make. You can do Balefire on yourself, but there's also by yourself, but there's also a
You can't do Balefire on yourself. That.
So Rodel Iteralda, thank you again. By the way, Egwene did nothing wrong. Hashtag Balefire Rafe. Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh.
Jeez, that is harsh. Thank you again.
Which
Okay.
is
So
an
I
item
think
in
that's
D&D
appropriate.
that's
Can
loaded
anybody
with
understand? Can anybody understand why Rand, knowing what Lanfear did to Egwene, like what is the purpose of this? Are they setting a trap for Lanfear?
I
said
think they already gave it away in the trailer. He calls her a monster in this scene, right?
Yes.
Right, but so what is he doing here?
So
Is
there's a yeah. I think it's a setup. I think it's a distraction. I'm sure Dane has it cut, but there's a scene where there's like 5 of them in a circle in like a bedroom.
What, you mean this one?
That one. There you go. So we're doing some weird scene where they're gonna pull her out of tar or something and trap her in the proton pack and the Ghostbuster ghost trap, and then they're gonna seal her.
Checks out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I think they're doing. They're getting because Avienda's ready with her fake fire spears, and
Could she not portal away? I mean,
this is.
We'll see how they handle it.
Yes, she could. One of the many problems.
The one power does what the plot of the show says that it does. So don't ask questions.
oh God.
Mules.
Now,
chat
here's
is
a quick
right on
question that
the-
I have for you guys. Do we think that's Savannah sitting in one of those chairs? I think third from the left.
Lady
That would
Sandman?
make sense. She is sitting for the clan chief.
Maybe
Okay.
that does.
It's
look
just-
Although
like her
actually, it wouldn't
giant
make
headpiece.
sense given a certain person being there. So I don't know.
Wait, we said Savannah. Do we see a giant rug on her head? I can't
I
see
think
it.
that's what I'm seeing. It's a
It's
little
either
bit too
that
long.
or an afro. So
No, I was gonna say that
Oh.
looks like an afro. I don't think that
Maybe.
we've got the headpiece lady there.
Maybe
It
it's
does look like
both.
she has spears. It looks like there are spears on the person's back.
It does actually.
Okay.
Good call. Afro/rug. It could be both. Yeah.
I like
let-
Simone's top in
let's-
this.
Let's
She
not
looks-
forget this threat or this storyline is coming back as well. I think we're all anticipating the Tower coup, and it looks like Swan got woken out of bed for this.
Me and Pips were talking about it. This is probably the best dress she's worn.
Yeah, this is easily the best the costume department has ever done. It's unfortunate that it is an absolute accident. I think
It's her
they
pajamas.
were probably rushed. They had to get actual human clothing off of a store shelf.
Hey, but I know I wear my cape to bed. What about you guys? I know she's so super that she can't take her Superwoman cape off.
I sleep
It
in
looks
cape.
really comfy. I mean, I actually really
Steve
like
just doesn't
the
role
Ice Guy
play
costumes.
enough. I don't know if you're not wearing a cape to bed. I don't know what you're doing with your life.
The Vampire Queen is still doing vampire things in the background, so I'm okay with this shot.
Her scowl is just like she mean mugs everybody who.
Oh yeah.
Does she not look like? Does she not look like it? Like she gives off the appearance of a vampire from the start of the show for me. It, like she just has this I don't know why they have her dressed like a Leanne.
God,
she
yeah.
just they have this. Vampire. Oh God.
Why did you do this? Why-
I did this right for Amber.
Yeah,
So I
thank
don't
you.
know. I don't know if this is the duck quack or if it's the eagle screech, but it's.
I was gonna say, do we get the eagle screech?
I need this screenshot. Hold on, I'm stealing it right now. Okay, boom.
This,
that is a beaut right there. Well done.
This makes me think of that meme of the angry Chihuahua. You know, like the little Chihuahua with the bulging eyes and the.
Oh my goodness! I don't know what he thinks he's doing here.
Oh,
Because
he's chopping
He's
it
about
down.
to, yeah.
yeah, that's gonna work.
Well,
Sorry.
he's got this special Lanfear killing sword. Amber.
Well, the
Yes.
last time the Forsaken killing sword stabbed this particular Forsaken, it did nothing.
I have an explanation for that, but I'm going to save it to the very, very end. I've got I think the dynamite prediction.
Oh gosh.
That'll make
she has that
everything
weird
make
condition
sense.
where her vital organs are on the opposite side of her body.
Okay, I think we know that this is coming.
Who is that?
It's Moraine and Lanfear in a
Moraine.
Titanic.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Moraine and this is
Powerhouse.
Lanfear. For some reason, I thought this was Lan. Okay.
The big showdown of the season of the whole show, Moraine versus Lanfear, because
She does
is
have the
Lanfear
Sarkonin in
using-
her hands, I believe.
Is Lanfear using the true power in this scene?
Mhm.
Is that why
Yes.
it's black? Okay.
yeah,
So,
think
you,
so, yeah.
you see it better in a later one, I think.
Yeah. There's a bigger screenshot.
First, there's a cut to Elida here. I don't know if this is her succeeding as Amerlin. But it
probably.
could
I
be.
would assume this is preparation for
Well, see-
the sitters meeting thing.
The problem is all of the rooms are the same, so you don't know if she's in her bedroom or if she's in, the Amerlin seats.
That looked
Hall.
like it
Excellent
was
point.
her room because there was that scene where she was like trembling in her bracelet in episode, I think it was
Right.
2 or 3.
But
I
it's
think.
the same exact set as the Amerlin seat. So
I think she had a desk in that spot in the Amerlin's room, but I don't know. I mean,
well, yeah, they put in different furniture, but it's the same exact room.
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
they're putting in
This-
furniture this season.
Yeah.
This shot highlights a problem that has been present in the show. In that, look at this scene and tell me definitively, without appealing to the context of the character that's doing it and information outside of the show, that this is not, let's say, Sidene. Let's say the taint of the dagger. Let's say,
Yeah.
they've just used the
I think it's gonna
the
confuse some
venom
people, yeah.
effect.
Well, the one power being the same as the true power. What's the difference, anyways? It doesn't matter.
Well, see,
All right.
maybe that's what they're doing. They're saying that the one power is the corruption on Sidene because
Oh, I really
because
hope not.
when Rand channels, it's kind of like a mix between this.
You mean the
and
true
Sidar.
power? You meant the true power?
True
is the
power. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Sorry, I said the one power. Yeah.
You could be right. You could be right.
Because when Rand channels, it's like half the regular weaves
Yeah.
and this black tar, and now the true source is going to be just black tar. So maybe that's what the Dark One used to corrupt Sidene.
That was a fan theory back in the day before the books were finished, by the way. But
But
anyways,
but then,
one more slide.
okay, sorry, I was about to say something that would have spoiled the books. It doesn't make sense for the end of the series then if that's what the corruption. So
The final slide that I was able to take before more ads popped up on my YouTube screen, so I didn't bother capturing those, was this one Rand kind of channeling at Alcardal. So maybe he's here to make it rain, but
Who's that standing behind him,
Or-
like up on the stairs?
I think that's
So-
Ruark. Or
Yeah,
That looks like a woman.
wait,
believe
wait, guys.
that also that's Ruark. There's the other shot of Couladin walking up, and I think it's Ruark that he's facing. But I just want to throw out, just because, why not have sadness in our hearts as we look at this picture? Notice that there's no one power taint. There's no blackness on those weaves. And all of the women standing in the sort of far right of the dais there, if you will. Maybe this is just a repeat of the end of season 2, and Moraine is actually doing all the channeling for him.
Pips, I hate you so much.
That would be ridiculous. I cannot see an excuse for that.
I gotta point out though. Mule has had some great comments in the chat. He said it's a Sony production. It could literally be an effect from the Venom movies.
Oh my gosh.
I think we actually brought that up in our rewatch of season 1 with the dagger.
That it looks exactly like that. I didn't.
They
know Sony
used
was
the
involved
digital
in this.
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've reused, repurposed so many. We found items from different movies, shows. I mean, the Troy breastplate still.
Yeah,
that was amazing. But yeah, it's wild.
All right, guys, are we ready to do some predictions?
No.
Thank you, Dan.
Sure.
Oh God, I need
Okay.
I need to get my own. I got to jog my memory, so I'm looking for my own visual effects.
All right,
Quickly, folks, before you make a prediction that you want us to consider, you need to put in big, bold, well, not bold, but capitalized letters, prediction before your predictions. That way we can see it easily. It's not always easy to see those in the comments.
So just so you guys know, we do have a call or a row here for best of chat predictions. We've also got spaces for super chats. Roda Literalda, you've given us a couple super chats already. So if you don't feel like spending more, but feel like getting a spot on this row, send us your predictions. We've got overflow for miscellaneous. And then the two rows that the panel we're going to try and cover are what we think is a book accurate or inspired prediction, and then a show specific silly prediction. And we also split it apart. So we're going to try and follow the Aiel Waste plot line, the Tangico plot line, the White Tower plot line, Dark Friends and Forsaken, and then another miscellaneous or overflow.
I totally forgot that there's White Tower in this episode.
There's so much.
Yeah, which is crazy because he's going to do the deposition, and it hasn't been set up at all.
I would like to counter and say that of the things that this season has actually devoted time to set up, the White Tower politics is the only thing that's been set up.
Yep.
I mean, poorly, like
it's
completely
poorly.
ham-fistedly done, but sure. But
All right, are we good? Have we gone over? So we've gone over every single one of these columns.
Just because I just wanted real quick, Dane, because we were asking about Coolidge, I I have a shot of him walking away just because I know there was a question of whether he's here or not. Here it is. So you can see him, and that is Ruark right there. I shared it if you want to put it on the screen.
yeah, the Coolidge walking towards Ruark.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Coolidge, and that's Ruark, and I don't know who that is behind Ruark, but yeah.
Maybe Savannah compressed her pancake origami on her head.
But
She's wearing black.
Yeah, so I don't know, but yeah, there you go.
All right.
Good? To get the ball rolling.
All right. I've seen a few people have already put out predictions. So, Sir Blaze.
So Sir Blaze says Avienda is going to pull out Kalendor and channel for Rand under Maureen's guidance, hence no taint on the Rand. I don't think there's going to be Kalendor in this season because we thought so with the air swords that Avienda had, but that ended up being just bad special effects. So I don't think they're going to go to tier.
We got one more back up here. We got Wise Day, if that's how you say it. Prediction: Suana won't be deposed somehow.
Because she gets killed instead?
Maybe death. Yeah.
Manethrin had a prediction, which I don't think we should count at all.
That's a traditional Whitecloaks prediction.
Yeah.
That's the free square.
Free space.
Okay,
right.
What's this guy Pip saying? Okay, female clan chief. These are getting
I was saying
probably pretty good one.
The female standing behind Ruark on the dais with a spear on her back. Come on, guys. Come on. We can't use that prediction because it's in the trailer, but come on, guys.
I don't think this is a bad. I don't think Amanda's got a bad one though. I think that's pretty.
We could get to the Aelfin.
Aelfinn will be in
let's-
the last shot scene
I
of the
think that would
season.
be a
I
miscellaneous.
think that's too specific about when it happens, but I do think there's going to be something with the map plot.
How's Matt going to fall through a door? Like,
Exactly.
is he just going to
He's
fall
gonna
into
be
the ocean? Or is
Wherever
that-
they find the collar, it's going to be in the Panarch's palace, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's going to be, it's going to be like a 13th Requiary there. It's going to be all the stuff.
What if the collar doesn't even show up? It was just for the poster, or the Matt's wolf head. They just it's not there. It was just
Wait,
added.
Matt's
You
wolf head
mean-
medallion
you mean
is
it's the
just
season
is
3?
one of the treasures. He just
No.
picks it up off a dais.
Matt's wolf head doesn't exist. They just put
Yeah,
it
it's-
on the poster.
Oh,
For,
that's worse. That's
It's the season
horrible.
3 version of Rand's Heron mark on
Yeah,
the grip of the sword.
Oh,
that
because
it's,
remember-
that it's there in one shot.
right. Well, because remember, all the posters didn't have Matt's medallion,
Yeah.
and then they fixed them
Oh,
all.
no.
And all of a sudden Matt's medallion is on there. So that was either an edit to like, okay, we forgot it's a big item, it's gonna show up at the end, or it was one of those, well, it's like Lord Luke. Everybody knows about Matt's medallion, everybody knows Lord Luke. So let's put him in, let's put the medallion in and just oops, it's actually not there. It doesn't matter. They never put it in.
Space
What do you guys?
Oyster. Matt won't be in this episode. They forgot about him. Oh, boy.
So, do you guys think I put up this? And I think this is valid, but it's up to you guys, and perhaps the chat can vote yes or no if they think this is a good one. But that we saw one of the door frames, but it was in Tarvalon. We didn't see the door frame in Ruidian. We're not going to Tyr, but does Matt go to Finland because the Panarch's palace has a redstone door frame?
I think that's going to be it. Personal opinion.
Super chat from the Nerdporial Lifeform.
Thank you. Dane told me yesterday to come by when we did book club. Amber, watch out for these guys. They are all problematic. Here's some tribute. Thank you very much, Nerdporial. And I spoke with the guys and I said, let's keep it PG-13. Otherwise, I don't like to restrict people from voicing their opinion. If people wanted to come on here and talk about how much they love the show, they'd be just as welcome as these guys. I don't think people who love the show like me, though. So, I mean, I like the show in some little tiny ways. It's just not enough to like the show in general. So but thank you very much. Okay, so I know we missed one of the predictions. Are we getting all the predictions or just the ones that are standing out?
We have our row for best of chat predictions, and right now chat is just being trying to be funny.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Instead of taking this very seriously.
That's where things get crazy. Predictions
maybe
are getting
we
wild.
should start in a category so the chat's predictions can be a little
More focused. I like that. That's a very good idea. Do we want to do the Aiel Waste plot first? Let's do the Aiel Waste because those were where we got a lot of screenshots from.
Okay.
So the Aiel Waste predictions only, please, if you have them. What do we got coming in here? So if you put one in before and we missed it, feel free to put it in again.
I have one that's tied to the Aiel Waste plotline. I think Melindra is going to attack Lan. I think Melindra was a dark friend in the books, and I think it's going to get revealed that she was is a dark friend and might have had something to do with the fall of Malkir.
How detailed do you want to go? Because it could be that, or it could also be. I still think she's related to Lan somehow. So I like the fact that she's a dark friend, but maybe it's like a jealousy thing that he got saved and she didn't, and
why would she bother giving him information in that other episode then?
Why?
If she's a dark friend,
why not?
So
That's right, Drifter. That's absolutely right.
so that we can have a twist.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. What about it is going to rain in the desert?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like I think we get the rain in the desert, but I think it is not going to be how it happens in the books. It's not going to be Rand.
It's going to be Moraine channeling to make it rain. Obviously, that's what they did in season 2.
It's probably here. Yeah, it's not going to have the same, Yeah.
Well, it'll be different no matter what because we're not back in Roidion.
True.
So we know that it'll be definitely different, but it has to be something other than that. Obviously, like it has to be not Rand who does it. It's got to be somebody else. I wonder if it's going to be the Sarkinen, whatever that thing.
Yeah, I think
I could see it being the showdown between Moraine and Lanfear, and like an explosion of the power, and we get
What if the Sarkinen explodes after the fight, killing them both, and it makes it rain?
Did you guys see this?
Ooh, yeah, I had seen it.
He's dead.
Yeah, well, that death doesn't mean the same. You know, her heart is. I mean, Alana got stabbed sort of in the same position, so as long as Max is there, it's fine.
Yeah. Ivon is the only one who gets killed by swords. Everyone knows that.
Thank you very much, Jeremy White. The book accurate Aiel song when Rand arrives at Al Kerdal. Oh,
not a chance.
You think we're getting Watch the Spears?
No,
he said
saying,
no book accurate. Okay, yeah.
But that's kind of a negative prediction. But
to be honest, I feel like that would be such a low hanging fruit for them to do something cheap that they could say is in the books. Having
like Rand starts singing it, like that's how he proved,
or just the assembled Aiel. I don't know.
Well, hold on, because we also know that Ruark's actor is a very accomplished singer, and I've been waiting for him to croon all season. Sorry.
Do we know if there's any Aiel actors or actresses who Rafe might have decided at a bar that they're a good singer?
Ruark has a full YouTube video of just singing, and yeah, Ruark is a singer, man.
I like that. That's a good prediction there. Otherwise, why would they have put it in the flashback? I mean, why would they do anything in this show? I don't know.
Why would they have bragged about having musical episodes?
Maybe that's why he's standing on the stairs. He's out in front singing. Oh, sorry.
We should ask him about that super chat though, because he said no to a song, right? And we're putting down an original number.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so is his prediction that there's going to be singing, but it won't be Watch the Spears, or is it that
the difficulty with doing a negative prediction is like that's the easiest thing in the world because they forget things all the time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
things that actually end up in the show. So I'll twist that and say, okay, you want to have a book accurate song. Like we didn't get a book accurate song out of Tom and Elaine. We got the Hills of Tangico, and we got this Weep for Manetheren. So would they do Wash the Spears or Jack of the Shadows or anything like that? No.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe Ruark sings the Hills of Tangico. Oh, sorry. My bad.
He looks like a shapely man. He might be able to pull off the dance number.
Summit, thank you for the $5. All super chats are going towards purchasing books the Wheel of Time books that will be donated to libraries either in my home state or in Prophet of the Dragon state. We haven't quite figured out that thing, but thank you, Summit. Prediction: Rand will be killed by Lanfear's new girlfriend, probably off screen. That was just a comedy chat prediction, but why not? I mean, really? Okay. So I really want to go back though to that was obviously Moraine getting stabbed through the chest with a dark power of some kind sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think that that's the killing blow to Moraine, or does she survive that? And
I have a theory that everyone's going to hate probably, which is that that is probably in the dream and is not going to be lethal for some unknown and unexplained reason, just like when Rand stabbed himself in the chest in episode 8 of season 1 in the dream.
You're right.
He was totally fine and he just woke up.
Well, first they're going to explain it, which is going to be weird because they don't explain anybody else surviving, but you're right. The explanation, she's going to like wake up or something. She's going to have a little talk, and then like they're going to have the little like golf tee fall and wake her up or something, and then they're going to pull her out or something. This is the bait, I think, to get her out onto the bed in front of everybody, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. They're in the dream trying to lure her into their little trap that they've got there. And so there's a fight before the fight.
So we've decided that Moraine is now a professional dream walker.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
What do we think of
this? Only once before I'm home.
So Stan Sedonen is saying that Lanfear kills Moraine, and then Egwene kills Lanfear.
Lanfear kills Moraine. Well, Egwene is not in the same. Oh wait, she is.
I think
She's there.
But and Egwene has got a legitimate beef with Lanfear now, right? Just because she's been choking her in the dream.
That would be pretending the books do not exist. That would be
the
the appropriate thing to do, is for Egwene to
I
kill
think
him.
it's on the right track, but I think that's you got to highlight Stephen Maloney's prediction right after that $5 super chat, because I read that and I'm sick to my stomach now because I think he's right.
Oh wait, this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think
Rand attacks Egwene due to compulsion from Lanfear. Moraine saves them both. Oh my gosh.
It's a good guess. I'm not sure I'm on board with that one, but it could happen. There's no reason it couldn't. I mean, the rent may be due again.
Okay.
That one makes me legitimately sad.
When all hope seems lost, Maureen kills Lanfear with the Shatterling dagger. She's the one who's had it all this time.
She,
Which would
Where
explain
is
her
the dagger?
actions working with Lanfear.
Can we put that one in, that Moraine has the Shatter Logoth dagger?
yeah, she
how about
pulled a
just
Galadriel.
How about
And
Shadow
she
Logoth
smashed it.
miraculously reappears? Like it's there. It's been in play this whole time.
Shatter Logan? Just
No, it's
The
been
dagger.
it's
Oh,
been
the
up
dagger.
Matt's butt the whole time. He learned
No,
from the Heroes of the Horn. He's been keeping the dagger up his butt this whole time.
No, I actually
Oh,
like the Moraine has it thing.
Maybe
She could've,
that's why she's going evil this whole season.
I actually like that a lot. That she's just gonna. It's like the only way to kill her is with this corrupted thing that's more corrupted than her, and bam, or something.
Oh my
I
gosh.
like that.
It would be so unearned. Okay, we will know for sure that's what happens if we get any kind of reveal that they have that she's got the dagger in the earliest parts of the episode. 100% that was her like brilliant plan all along. I was going to get close enough to Lanfear to stab her through the heart. Why didn't you do it at any other time that you were in a private conversation with her? I do not. Whatever. Okay, sorry. No, she's going to wait until this moment to do it.
If she stabs her, do you think that she will revisit her excellent fade killing maneuver and she will fade step and stab her through the bottom of the mouth directly into the brain?
No, of course not.
I think they should absolutely do a callback to that excellent moment. One of the highlights of the show, probably its best fight choreography, best character development. I mean, so good.
It was obvious. You have to be a super badass to take out a fade, and she could not have been more stealthy. She could not snuck up on him.
I mean, to do it with a letter opener when Lan gets his ass kicked, it really sets the characters into the right space. That's how it works.
I think they screwed up again with the stabbing, because like you guys know where the stab is at the trailer, right? It's like right at the fade to black. Like it's almost gone. Do you think that was actually supposed to make it in the trailer? Like I almost think they screwed up and put it there.
I know. I mean, it looks like Moraine's got the Sarkarnan thing, doesn't it? She's got her arms up.
I think she's holding it.
But it's definitely the dream world. Like that's not real life Moraine and Lanfear for sure.
You die in the dream world, you got to die now in real life. So I think we might want to move on from this plot a little bit. Maybe we'll brush in with chat in a little bit, but I've got a couple other predictions that I want to run by you guys. So we touched on Melindra maybe being revealed as a dark friend. We'll save that in the background, but here's one that I heard on our Discord. It's a show prediction. But if we assume that there's going to be a Moghedian Nynaeve battle in this finale, does Liandrin save Nynaeve from Moghedian in that fight?
Stop.
Do we get a redemption arc for Liandrin
Wow.
where she sacrifices herself?
Now that you've raised this
good one.
Now that you've raised this absolute ghoul of a prediction, obviously she has to be redeemed.
So wait, so Liandrin's gonna save Nynaeve? Is that what you
Yeah.
Yeah, Liandrin saves Nynaeve from Moghedian at some point.
So I think that might be. I like that idea, but I think it's going to lead to something like Liandrin trying to steal her power or control her. I don't
No.
think we could do a full.
No.
Leandrin
I think
redemption.
you guys are missing out on an important possibility here, which is that Leandrin saves Nynaeve, and then Nynaeve turns to her and says, "No woman may walk so long in the shadow that she cannot return again."
Oh, they give Inkstar stuff
Oh,
to.
stop it right now! You're probably right. That's what makes it so bad. You're probably right. Oh, my heart.
I feel sick.
You're
Do we think
probably
that
right.
Leandrin is going to live past this season?
Yes, 100%.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's
No,
the
I-
only
I-
actress I think in the
you
whole
can't kill
bunch
her.
that's not like a
They're-
hot top build.
So
uh,
what if
they'll
Leandrin
give-
redemption.
So this would be a
They've
big
been-
role for her.
They've been building up that she's like a reluctant villain throughout all of this, and they've been building up a connection with Nynaeve that's quasi affectionate.
They show
Right.
her
so,
alone, sad that Nynaeve is lost in the arches. Like
I
she
think
wasn't performing for anyone. It
So
was
I-
genuine.
I think that she's definitely going to make it because they've sort of like low key given her a different character's storyline a little bit with her goal of wanting to be a Forsaken or Chosen or whatever. They can't figure out what to call them, the Dark Friends. But so I think she makes it, but she's probably going to end up having to run off because Nynaeve is going to figure out, she's a nuke. And figure out how to channel.
Yeah,
She's gonna have to run.
Joe's prediction. I think you could combine it with that. I think Leandrin maybe does save Nynaeve, but then takes Mogideon's place as a Forsaken. So she saves Nynaeve.
Okay.
That's getting too complicated.
Well, because didn't she declare that that's what her goal was? I'm
Yeah.
going to become a Forsaken.
So
or
she's
I'm-
going to help Nynaeve kill Mogideon and then take her place.
Elaine's gonna kill Mogideon.
They're going to place Mogideon with.
You think Elaine kills her?
No,
With her
No, they
Hills of
built up-
Tangico?
They got to give Elaine something to do.
we know
Yeah.
something about Dark Friends, guys, and that's kind of like their calculus changes when they know that they're going to die. Just putting that out there. We know what we're talking about. Let's try not to-
Wait. We've seen Balefire is in the Tangico storyline now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Balefire was used in was it Dragon Reborn or the next one, Fires of Heaven, where
Both.
Balefire was used
Both.
to kill one of the Forsaken.
Both.
Both.
Yeah,
That's
both.
Fires of Heaven, but yeah.
That's I think Fires of
Bilal gets killed with
Bilal
with
gets-
Balefire.
yeah.
And
Bilal
Robin
gets
gets
Balefire.
killed with Balefire.
Do you think that they're going to have Elaine use Balefire to kill Mogideon? That would be like so
Yes.
unearned, unbuilt up
No.
to with the Balefire.
I love
No
it.
way.
Why she and what's his face, Tom
They're
Merrill.
running. They're running from Jeannie Cade, who's got a Balefire Terangrial like she does have in the
Yeah.
book.
Yes, but I like what she's doing. So she kills Genie, steals the Balefire rod, not knowing what she doing. She Balefires Mogideon in the back to save Nynaeve and Lanfear, who then fight.
There's no way that happens. It might, because that's a really stupid prediction. There's nothing to base that off of.
I like it. I'm with the Amber. I like it.
I don't know. Maybe like
we
that-
also didn't think there was going to be a Shadow Logo dagger taped to a freaking bedpost, but that
Exactly.
happened. No.
We already have a Shatter Logoth prediction that Moron basically had it the whole time.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
But I have a prediction. Do we think that for a book-inspired or book-accurate prediction in the Tangico plot, do we think that Nynaeve overcomes her block
Yeah, she has
yeah,
to.
Yeah, I think
via
been
that
completely
drowning
worthless.
incident?
I thought we were saying we couldn't put that in because it's in the trailer.
It's
It's
in
not
for
in the
half a
trailer.
second.
so.
Do we
Nynaeve
even see,
underwater.
we see her channeling?
We see Nynaeve underwater.
Yeah, that's not a reveal that she's defeated her block.
It is
Because-
the book reader.
She's been completely worthless in the entire show. She did not do anything to try to get past her block, but she did get one of the sailor ladies telling her, "You got to go with the flow, man." Like, remember that?
Yeah.
So that's going to be there. This is how we've earned her getting past her block. Is that one line of dialogue there? And she's in the water. Oh my gosh, it is totally going to happen in the water because remember they built up that she gets seasick and that she likes to be in control. You have to go with the flow. Oh yes, that's
Well,
what's happening.
in what does it somehow link to her drinking the shit water? Oh, the poop water.
No.
Does it?
Ugh.
She falls in the sewers and starts drinking it.
Yes, there you go.
Wait a second. I remember my lesson from the White Tower. I can separate the poop. I can filter it out.
Do you think
my block
Tom
is cured?
This is a good prediction from Kane.
I
Tom
don't-
dies saving Elaine.
I have a different Tom prediction, and since I already used the Dark Friends one, I'm going to say a show prediction in the miscellaneous column. Asmo Tom.
Asmodean Tom?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's
I think
been
it's
hanging
gotta-
on for a while, hasn't it?
I think it's gone. I think Asmo Samio was the best guess, but it looks like Asmo is probably dead. I'm not sure why.
There's been enough hinted at.
For what though? For what purpose?
For the unknown Eighth Forsaken is going to get revealed in the finale, and it's somebody unexpected.
Right, except that he's in the wrong place.
So right,
he's
so
in Tangico.
he's in the wrong place. He's with there's no purpose
he's
for
he's gonna tutor Matt on how to channel.
Yeah, it's like why? What is the purpose? What is he doing? Why is he Asmo? Where is he? Like it just
It raises a lot more questions than it answers. That's absolutely, but
doesn't
it's
make
exactly
any
something
sense.
the show would do.
Well, they would
Ask
also
yourself,
give
Steve,
Elaine the
ask yourself,
balefire rod and
Is
have her
your
shoot
argument that a thing doesn't make any sense an argument against it being done by the show?
people. I'm just saying, like, well, we just I just say it. We're it. I don't know.
Matt gets hired in Tangico for full price. Escorting becomes his power instead of luck.
I think it's just as likely as if we're just saying that's likely, which it is, like anything's on the table. It's just as likely that we kill Jeannie, Hottie, Naughty, whatever we're calling her. She drops the balefire rod, and because Elaine is the curious Tyrion Grawl character, she's going to pick it up, start fiddling around with it, and that's how we're going to get our introduction into how balefire works. And then she's somehow going to use it to kill somebody. If it's not Mo Gideon, it's going to be somebody else.
Come on. You know the way that we're going to get introduced to balefire working is that when, Hottie, Naughty, whatever Sedai she's going to start monologuing. She's going to start monologuing with the balefire rod.
Well, she's going to start monologuing, sure, but then she's. But I don't know if that's going to be our explanation, but we could go down a real big rabbit hole there. So let's stop.
Egwene discovers nuclear fusion and blows up the world, thus ending all our suffering. Yeah, that would be nice. Who knows what's going to happen with Egwene in this episode? She should be getting almost no time at all in this finale with everything else that has to be done. Like, I'm sorry, she's had her drama moment. She had her, you were the one, it was Lanfear. She did this. But if they don't have her be the one who kills Lanfear or be involved in that drama in some way, then they would have built all that up for no reason. So I don't know. Oh, sorry, I just kicked somebody else off. Who did I kick off? Space Oyster. Matt dies and Swan blows the horn of Lair. Oh, nice. Good one. Okay, so really quickly, do we think that Samael, even though we have not seen any evidence of him being alive in the trailer, is he going to be alive?
I think he's dead.
No.
So he had two scenes in this entire series.
He may not be intended to be dead. Like maybe if we get a season 4, like he might be alive again. But I don't think he's going to be in episode 8, other than maybe a flashback or something like that. There's too much stuff to put in, and I can't imagine that they would do that.
I agree.
I think we also need to remind everyone in the chat that there is something so egregious in this final episode that even the people who like the show are going to be divided on this episode.
But they also said that there would be a montage in episode 7, and there was no montage.
Well, they just didn't know what a montage actually is.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
I was waiting for the montage. Like there's a montage. Like where's the montage?
They're like, man, that was a long montage, almost too long. I'm like,
I thought Perrin was going to be trying on different prom dresses. Does this axe look good for the battle? No, it's a bad fit. How about this hammer?
Summit has a good one here. Matt gets stabbed by a gray man once and dies. I would not be surprised if we get Matt and a gray man, though, because Mo Gideon is the one making them, and her last one is dead now. He got stabbed, right?
They didn't even turn him gray. They forgot to make him gray.
I can't remember. He's not gray when they find his body?
No.
Well, maybe actually, you know what? I won't make that joke because YouTube monetization. I'll type it in.
I'm putting
That
a
makes it
qualifier
better.
around dies because I don't think they're going to be that brave to kill off Matt. But
No.
Matt does get attacked by gray men in the Dragon Reborn when he's getting out of I think a couple of times. Gray
Ooh,
men
what
are
about-
after him.
Will Matt have to rescue the girls?
No. Why would he?
I'm trying to think about what the heck Matt is even doing.
He's not doing anything. If he
He's
doesn't
lost.
rescue the girls, his purpose in this season will have been nothing except to have his little fight scene with the princes, and that's it.
His
He has
purpose
done
is-
nothing.
His purpose is to get hanged at the end.
Yeah,
Final scene of the season 3. Donald Finn goes through the
Barney
red
Harris
doorway, and it
comes
turns out he was evil imposter the whole time and dies. Barney Harris comes out of the red doorway. I like that. That was a fun one. Good one.
dude.
Sir-
So, guys, there's a glaring
good.
hole in our card right now, and it's the White Tower plot.
Yeah.
Because
Colin,
nobody
I think we
wants. Nobody.
Yeah, I
wants
know. No one wants to
Yeah.
think about it, but does anybody have kind of, and it could be as basic as like, does Swan and Leanne get stilled? Do we think that they get killed? Is that maybe what the
I think
fans are so
I think
so upset
Swan
about?
dies. I think Swan Sanjay dies instead of getting stilled.
I'm sorry, but
because-
I'm only starting book 6. Isn't her role pretty big? It looks like they're building her up to have a pretty important role.
Yeah,
still.
Yeah,
It's
but
pretty
it's to
important.
basically get married to a man,
With
which
Swan's
is
role.
exactly why they would put it out in the show.
I don't know if you could say it's large, but it's there. I mean,
I think it makes hers and Moraine's love more tragic. And,
So,
that's
If
what
they both die.
these
what if we
fruits
find
want.
out they have a forbidden bond and she dies and Moraine feels it? And she's like, oh, she does the max up. She's like, oh.
I think that you're onto something there. They set up with the dream scene with Moran and Swan. Hey, like we have a bond, blah blah blah. Basically sets them up as like Guidal Kane and Brigitte.
Yes.
So
You nailed it. I don't care.
So both
Sorry,
of-
I'm gonna be quiet.
so both of them
I can't
dying.
believe the line in that
Both of
scene
them dying
was-
in the finale, I think is I think is a good prediction. So I think Swan dying as a show prediction. Yeah, I'm here for it.
2 new heroes of the Horn.
The line
maybe.
in that scene though is is they're doing the Guidal Kane thing, like I will find you in every turning of the wheel, except that this show's whole pitch is this is a different turning of the wheel, so we know there's at least one turning of the wheel, i.e. the books, where they don't find each other.
Dude,
there's
Moran
a-
just had
there's
like
a classic
500,000
way.
lives where she like slept with Lanfear.
Yeah.
By the way,
Wonderful.
if any of you guys want to just enrage a Dark fan, just go online, ask them. So for the whole Guidal Kane Brigitte situation, which one of these two women is the Uggo? Prepare to get banned. Prepare to get banned, but it'll be a fun ride.
Which one's Guidal Kane?
So,
Yeah.
can we? Are we gonna ignore? Is the show gonna ignore the Elida freak out with her hand shaking thing, or are they gonna address what the heck is going on there?
They've brought it up in
You
2
guys-
separate episodes. Oh no,
Yeah.
it was 2 separate scenes in one episode. Did we see it in a second episode though?
I don't think so. I'm just not sure if there's something that's going to, be unveiled like at the end here.
Sven Dragon has a super chat. Elida says Swan is river trash again. And I think we could put that in the super chat prediction. So when Elida dethrones
She calls her river trash.
Swan,
Yeah.
calls her a
Calls her river
ethnic
trash.
slur.
Okay, there you go. I like that. That's a good one.
All right.
I do want to talk about Elida. We got it.
Yeah.
They spent so much time on like this is her plot. She's gonna do like What about the Reds? I mean, they were all pretty much against her when Sutama was leading everything, and then literally Sutama walks out the door, and suddenly, what was her name? The other one, the one that starts with a G. The other Galena. Do you think she's on board with Elida like taking over? I mean,
yes, I do. Just for other reasons, not because of the show.
Okay.
that's my thought. I think she's on board, but
okay. So Elida is she is a sitter now. Is that what we're saying?
didn't they already tease it? Like Elida was gonna. Did they already do something like that to make Galinda? I can't. I'm getting my name Galena. I'm getting my name mixed up. My goodness. Yeah. I thought she already was a sitter, but I don't know. If she is or not, she probably is now.
Space Oyster doesn't have a bad prediction there for the White Tower plot. Yeah. But
Galad and Gowan will fight each other for real.
We already know that they're not in the show.
Oh, they're not going to be in the finale?
That's right. We've already checked like a lot of the casting stuff we've gone through, and they were only going to be in 2 episodes, and so they're done.
They're already done. Is Logain in any episodes?
No.
It was a good prediction.
No Logain. No Logain.
They'll come across them on the road in season 4 if they do a season 4. Steve barfs uncontrollably in his live review. Yeah,
only if he has to eat mayo.
Yeah, put that under miscellaneous.
That'll be a free card. That's actually true.
What about a book accurate prediction for the White Tower plot?
Oh, I have a miscellaneous prediction really quick. We're gonna get the Perrin rescue as a shot. Completely unrelated to anything here. It'll be miscellaneous.
I think you're right. I think we'll do like a Samwise at the end of Lord Two Towers. Like,
yes,
the dawn is coming and everything is great. And and you know, one of those scenes will be Aiel and the two. It'll be Will and is it Ban and Will Alcine, since they seem to get screen time for some reason.
And it'll be Bane and Chiad and Aiel and no one else.
It could be that too.
Yeah, it could be that.
But killing Whitecloaks for a committed murder because they're in the wrong completely, and the show thinking it's good when it's really horrible.
Here's a question. Okay. So Jeremy White says a prediction: Elida picks a dark friend as her keeper. I would say that's probably a show accurate or show inspired White Tower plot. But that'll just draw the tension up. So Elida is revealed to be surrounded by Black Aja, like Alviarin.
I mean, I think that you could have her having Alviarin as her keeper, right?
They've been hinting really strong in the show that they're like, there's still one Black still in the tower, and if they don't have a reveal that it's like it's somebody, a named character who has had some prominence in the show so far, that would have where does that trail lead off to then? We could get a Galena and Alviarin conversation. Like
I think actually I think it'll come from Tangico. One of the Supergirls is going to question one of the Black Aja, and they'll say something about Alviarin will avenge us or something like that, and then you'll have a shot of the new Amerlin and her keeper, and she'll be like, yes, Alviarin's to die. Like, call the tower to order, and then it'll be like fade to black, the end of the season. And you're like, oh,
what if Alviarin is? She's just had a second. It's one of the. Oh God, I can find
a white
her. Yeah. Okay. So just that. Right. Yeah. The one who was like, we use logic. That's all we're gonna use.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I still think they're gonna make Elida Black Aja, but that's just me.
Guys, I thought they were trying to hint at Baron.
Kane has an interesting one that could be done. We haven't gotten a lot on the Dark Friends and Forsaken yet, but we know from the books that Masana is the Forsaken that's placed in the tower, but Masana is one of the omitted Forsaken in the show. Not going to spoil for Amber where Semiraj actually is, but do we think that Semiraj or perhaps Grendel is positioned in the White Tower?
How on earth would they have time for this?
Hold on. What we don't? So we just are saying that Asmo is the 8th, because I don't know that Asmo's in the show. Personally,
Asmo is that is the best prediction we have of things that were basically said, because there's one unnamed Forsaken so far, and it's
Right.
getting revealed in this finale. And
Right.
there was a
Oh,
statuette
we know
of
that?
yes, and there was a statuette of a Forsaken with a musical instrument.
So
How do
what
we know there's going to be a Forsaken reveal?
Because they've only mentioned 7, and they've said in interviews, "Don't worry, that's deliberate."
Okay.
That's
So
getting
what
revealed.
if? So what if?
I didn't know about the interviews.
So I know we're putting a lot on the musical instrument on the chess thing. So I get it, but what if the reveal is that Alviarin
different one.
happens to be the 8th Forsaken?
But why? Because you already got Grendel mentioned, and you've got Semirhage mentioned.
Yeah, but why Asmo?
Because
Asmo has no purpose where he's at too.
what I'm saying is you can give Masana's plot to either of those two. So I'm saying a named Forsaken is in the tower.
Right.
Okay, I think
I
that could be
agree.
a good enough, that could be a good enough prediction. There is just a named Forsaken is hidden in the tower.
And that came from chat. So it was Semirhage specifically, but Joe is also saying that Grendel could make more sense. But we'll put is in the.
Did we pull up Johnny's super chat? Just
Not yet.
Sure. Okay.
But a named Forsaken in the tower, I think, makes sense, and especially if there's a reveal shot with some of the Black Aja that are doing things in the tower as well. So sorry, before we get to Stephen, Johnny, if Moraine dies, I hope she burns out using the orb.
I think she will die killing Lanfear.
Yeah,
they've been building the two of them up. She's gonna die killing Lanfear. Spoilers.
We're trying not to. She knows more than you think, guys.
Yeah, I honestly don't even. I've predicted a few things that people have told me, like, yeah, that's pretty close. So not honestly, I'm not going to remember these names. Half of them you guys are talking about, they're going to be like, until they're in the scene and I'm reading that, I won't get it. Raphael Francino or Frasino. Okay, Casaro. Prediction, another Rand pivotal moment. So in this case, his fight against Asmodean and the destruction of Roidion will be given to another one woman. Now I think Rand will get killed off and will be Moraine versus Lanfear. I'm not 100% sure.
Yep. Agree.
I think we're just getting a fight at Alcair-Dal. We're not getting down at the docks. We're not getting a door frame for them to fall through from the books.
No, that's definitely not
happening. Straight up Lanfear versus Moraine fight. And Summit, Amber stole my spot, but I'll say it anyways. Perrin is killed by Whitecloaks, and I reserve the right to say, if we don't see Perrin, then I'm correct. Yeah, it's a prediction that we have a shot of Perrin, but it's entirely possible that Perrin we don't even get even a glimpse of him in this finale, because I think they were doing the threads completely separate. So we'll have it on here.
I don't think we see him in this episode.
Stephen Irie. Lanfear kills off Moraine. Egwene kills off Lanfear with Balefire.
Yeah, we have that as the best of chat.
We did? Okay.
Egwene
I guess I'm not able to see. How do we know which super chats we've clicked on? Do they turn green after?
You can hit a star button to save them.
I think we have star.
Yeah.
Okay. I got that. I'm sorry.
The colors,
I was like, you're missing, guys.
The colors indicate the amount.
You can't really put that you've read them, but you can at least save them in a special.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm still figuring this stuff out, guys. The Whitecloaks are basically doing this whole thing for me, which I cannot thank you guys enough for this. Okay, let's keep going. We're still missing some White Tower stuff. Mm-hmm. Like we've not. I don't think we've covered everything we can cover in that. Who else is in the White Tower that we can talk about? It's basically just Elida and Suan and Varen, right?
Yep. There's Varen, Leanne. I'm trying to think who else is left in the tower. Min's gone. Oh, Min.
Min's gone.
God.
Oh, let's not think about Min.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got chills. I got Min.
I know we have up that. Sorry, I'm just going to take down the super chat. Johnny, sorry, you had that one already. Apologies.
Moraine dies. I hope she burns out using the orb. Yes, thank you.
So
we got nothing. We're like drawing blanks on the White Tower. It's the one thing that they've spent the most time on.
So I know we have the Swan dies prediction, but if he
Uh-huh.
doesn't, would she use her traveling Terangreal to escape? Do you think we see that thing again?
No, I
Or
think that
If
was
they
the Dream World thing. I think.
if
Don't you think
they
that's what that was?
make if they make it so that it actually can travel, that would be fantastic. Like if she goes into it and is able to escape the White Tower, I would love that. Like that is if I could have one wish,
What if
you know.
Logan pops up in a doorway and grabs her?
I don't ask you for many things, you know. But if I could just have one thing, oh man, that would be amazing.
We were Stephen had an okay prediction about the White Tower a while back. It was that the tower breaks, but we need Egwene's arc intact, so no Salidar. But Andor is going to replace Salidar. I think it's a good prediction. I don't know that can't happen this season though. Like that's like future.
Right, we got to keep it to predictions to this episode.
I just realized that.
Okay, Sir Blaze has one here. Varen helps Swan escape the White Tower and reveals her super spy status. Yeah, this was something that I've picked up on. I think that Varen is up to no good in this. I mean, the fact that she stabbed that gray man and then pretended she had no idea what happened, like there's some deception going on here that there was no other call for except that she wanted to pretend like she had no idea what, like she knows these girls are good. So why would she like pretend she didn't know who stabbed this white cloak?
Do we want to hedge our
Great
bets
man.
with this column? I know we can get this all rearranged later. You can get a randomizer to get these bingo predictions put at different spots on your card.
Right.
But if we have Swan dies in one and then Swan escapes in another, are we fine with that, having contradictory predictions?
Yeah, I think because I think they're both valid and possible. She
Yeah.
could die and escape. Loyal is back. He flies through the Waygate into safety and steadying Shangtai. There you go. There's my big one.
Or her sex hunter. Nice. I like that.
It's the Love Shack, Dane.
It is the love.
So that I saw.
All right, we're gonna keep it PG-13.
The fornicatorium.
I'm doing that one.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh, Min is the one who saves Matt from hanging. That's not a bad one.
Oh,
Yeah, I
actually,
thought we had that one before. That's
That's a good one.
I've heard
that's
that
good.
one, but that's a good one. Let's put that in best of chat then.
That was
So-
Grifter 23.
oh, that's at the bot. The most recent one.
Oh no, it's way far back. I'm way behind.
Oh, okay. What was it?
Min saves Matt from hanging. And
Yeah, she's had all those visions of him hanging and stuff that makes sense for the show.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
We
Min
see
saves Matt
Varen
from
join
hanging.
the Black Aja to get revenge on the Black Aja.
Could
Well,
be
for
that.
her
was
sister,
anyone.
who is stupid but not stupid, we don't know what's going on with her sister. Whatever. I
Yeah,
don't know
no,
that they
there's
have
silly
time
super
for any of that.
Nice for
Egwene
them.
pulls Kalendor, declares herself the Dragon Reborn. That's silly, Rodal.
Too
Don't be
silly.
silly.
Too silly. But that would be fun to see. Oh my goodness.
And Steven says the Aiel go to attack Tyr, which falls immediately, and Egwene Avienda undo the barrier for Rand.
Wait a second. I don't think that's too silly for season 4, but for this, yes.
It's outside the region. Thank you for the super chat, but we got to keep these to the next episode, and I just
What
don't
if
think that your stuff to it.
What if the comments about a montage being in episode 7 was someone who has seen the end of the season mistakenly talking about episode 8, and we're actually going to see a montage where the Aiel capture Tyr and Kalendor is taken by Avienda, and it's just going to be the entirety of the Dragon Reborn twisted and sort of deformed, and then in a montage, so you have about like a 2-minute Dragon Reborn. Just sort of, like software update into the show canon.
I really like Prophet's prediction of the Two Towers Sam monologue. Could that be a prediction that we get a Sam monologue? But see, we got that at the end of the episode 8, right? We got Loyal talking, and then we got, he walks off, he
Yeah,
had his
all this
come in.
all this stuff about Perrin that's not true. Okay, the end. Does it mean we can't have another one? I don't know. I think I don't know. I think we get two.
I think it's good because the Loyal one was sort of like the Dark Knight one about like, Perrin walks off. He's like not the hero that we, deserve, but the one that we need, like, so we got the Dark Knight monologue and now we're going to get the 2 Towers one. Yeah.
So I didn't even think of that. You're right.
Yeah.
So should we put that in? Well, that's not a book accurate prediction.
Oh gosh. Is Loki
Why
gonna
Just
why
for
don't
the
we-
people,
Why don't we just
for the
add
people who are going
to
to
the
clip my
rescue
comment.
shot? Yeah.
Is Loki gonna steal the Tesseract too? Oh wait, sorry. My bad.
Book accurate prediction. Anything like what do we think?
I've got one potentially for the dark. I mentioned it a bit earlier and we kind of ignored on it, but I think Melindra attacks Lan.
I think that's a good one.
Except that's not really book accurate.
Melindra is a dark friend.
Do we want to just say
Yeah,
Melindra is a dark friend? Just that?
Yeah.
I think that's.
I think the attacks Lan would make it a show prediction, not a.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Melindra is a dark friend. I like that. That's a good one. Anybody have any dark friend or Forsaken predictions from Anybody got a super chat about one of them?
Danny put that Elaine learns Gabriel is Robin from the Dark Friends in Tangico.
Are we gonna just forget about the whole Andor plot? I feel like it doesn't get. I bet we get no Andor at all.
There is going to be no Andor plot because the actors that were cast from that are
they're
not
gone,
in the
right?
episode.
They're all gone. Yeah.
The princes aren't in there. Gabriel doesn't come back, I believe, or maybe does as Ravine, but the Morghese actress is not coming back.
Well, would we count if Tom reveals to Elaine that? Do you know what I'm talking about, Prophet?
Well, no. I just the Ravine. Sorry, I got all like. Finish your thought. I could keep it because it's something else.
Would we not count Tom revealing to Elaine that, hey, that Gabriel guy was not there 10 years ago? Does that count?
So, yeah, I think. Okay, so you've connected Mogideon to Ravine, right? In that cold open BS. So now you have Tom with Elaine. So Ravine is going to show up and be doing something with Mogideon, and she's going to be like, Gabriel, why are you here? And Tom's going to be like, who the hell is that? That's not Lord Gabriel. Lord Gabriel is some other dude. And then she's going to figure out, and then like it's going to go down, and then you're going to have a Ravine Elaine fight. Balefire Ravine with the Balefire rod. Yes, go on.
Except then Ravine's world-breaking mass, confusion compulsion spell is going to hit, and
she's going to forget again. And then
these are not the realities that you were searching for.
But then like if they're building towards a season 4, right? That gives you the Elaine is if Tom dies, that gives Elaine's going to be like, Gabriel is not Ravine, or Gabriel is not Gabriel. He's really Ravine. It's her crazy, like that's her motivation for season 4 is to unmask Ravine. Because she found out from Tom and Mogideon and everybody in that fight that it's not actually the Prince Consort, it's a Forsaken with her mom.
Yeah, Mule is correct.
That's a big one, but
that is a big
hinge
one.
on Ravine. I like Spaced is better. Spaced is the one though that Tom is both Asmodean and Ravine.
Oh dear.
That's more of the show quality stuff that we're looking for.
Let's see.
Tom comes out and says, "I am Legion, for we are many."
Hiya.
That's
probably
great.
true, Steven.
Oh, the music.
There's Mogideon. We're going to Nynaeve drowning scene where she gets over a block. Yeah, we put that in already. Not with as much detail, Raphael, but that's Nynaeve overcoming her block from the drowning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you should put in my show prediction for the Aiel block that we have right there, which is that there's going to be a female clan chief.
Under miscellaneous or
I'd add it.
I'm okay with that.
I'd add it for sure. Absolutely.
so down here. So
female.
The maidens are gonna have a clan chief, and it's gonna
Exactly. Yeah, there's going to be a Maiden of the Spear clan chief. Yeah.
Loyal
Scott,
fuses
it
with
says-
Machi and Sheen.
Oh God.
Damodred
too.
appears
Yes!
with Karnan and kills Moraine for being a Lanfear simping thief.
Dude, positive vibes is the best prediction ever. I love it. Yes.
That counts as a Dark Friend and Forsaken super chat.
Yeah. Okay. So, Deus Ex Demandred.
I like that. You just leave it at that. Just leave it Deus Ex Demandred, because he could appear anywhere. I think.
So we're covering off our bases here, guys, because we've now predicted potentially Asmotom, Demandred coming from nowhere. Maybe Masana's in the tower, although I think it's probably unnamed Forsaken. It's the one we know already. So we're just covering all the bases. I put
just
in
gets
purple.
lost in the hills of Tangico.
Exactly. Hey, okay, that's a miscellaneous prediction in the Tangico plot. Matt actually gets laid.
So a while back we skipped it. It was forever ago, but
Yeah.
someone said the
Min.
the ruler of Tangico is a man, and Matt hooks up with him.
No, let's not go
boy.
that far.
Keep it just Matt gets laid, and that'll fall into that category if that happens.
The boy deserves it for a little bit. I just want to say I'm saving off that one square that I have highlighted differently
Panarch.
for myself, because I promised that there was going to be a mind-blowing prediction. I think
Okay.
I know what all the show fans hate, and I think this is where it'll go, of a show prediction tied to the Aiel waste plot.
Can I recommend we have a book accurate miscellaneous spot, and I think Not Oates' one is the one that fits there.
The what?
Which one?
Huh? What?
It'll be worse than anyone could possibly predict.
Oh,
Wait.
not oats. Oh yeah.
What is not oats?
Yeah,
That's
explain.
it's the name of the person who left the chat.
Yes, they just left.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not
I was
actually a
confused.
fair one to put in there. I was just saying that it's the most book accurate miscellaneous prediction that the
Hey.
show's gonna suck.
So Dane, just want to throw it out there real quick. It looks like Ravine is credited with being in the episode.
Okay.
So, but he's not. He is the only character in the list that doesn't have a character name associated with him. So no name, but
Wait, the actor who plays Ravine, is that what you just said?
yes,
And
the
who
actor that
plays-
plays
He's
the
in
actor
the
that
finale.
yeah. So the actor that plays Ravine is credited with being in the episode, but if you look at the list of people in
He's
it
not-
and their
he's not
characters,
credited as
he's not
Ravine.
credited as Ravine or as Gabriel. He's just blank. So it could be a typo. It could be like somebody didn't. It could. Who knows? You can't trust these things, but it's one of those. It's sort of an interesting look.
Okay.
So Joe says Matt uses the dagger to kill a Black Aja, feels corruption, and then will trade it to the Aelfin for hanging to get his requests and questions all at once. Joe, I don't think he has the dagger. He hasn't shown that he has it.
if he has, that would be ridiculous.
Could we spin this into
It's
something? If he goes
up
into the Aelfin land, do you
is-
think he gets both his questions as
yeah.
well as his items?
So I think that's going to be the stinger. Is he's going to go through and it could be. I don't know that we're going to get like he'll go through and he'll stand up and we'll get this vision of this weird looking abomination of a person.
I'm going to put this under miscellaneous, somewhat book accurate, even though it's not. But if Matt gets answers and items,
Steven thinks the Shan show up in Tangico. I don't think that's bad.
I don't think that would be speed running way too. There's already a lot that has to happen in this episode. I don't think
it would
they're gonna
be
have Shanshan come back.
it would be like in season 1. It would be like the post show thing, the Shanshan ships return sort of thing or something like that. But
There's just
I
another
wanna-
little girl that they drown, you know.
just do it again. They literally just take the exact same shot and they repurpose
But they
it.
CGI, they replace the city and it's Tangico instead.
Yeah. Can I just raise a question with you guys? Because I've seen the chat seems to be going on this. Maybe this is just something you guys have seen, a piece of a trailer or something like that, or a picture that I haven't seen. But where do we have the confidence in the assumption that the doorway is even going to exist or that Matt's going to go through it.
I think it's
or
just
any of
because
that.
they've seen him with the Foxhead medallion, and because they showed us that they teased the Easter egg, the archway, and we saw in a poster he's got a medallion.
Also, we
I
saw
think that's
Min
it.
had a vision in the tower.
Of
It was
him
the
hanging,
scene.
yeah.
It was the scene right
Yeah,
before
but-
Matt went and fought the princes. She sees a vision of Matt hanging in the red doorway, like
Matt
in
could
the red doorway.
yeah,
And
so
It
so
could just be Easter egg stuff, but
it could Matt
I,
could be getting, the police could grab him for stealing the Foxhead medallion and hang him for summary execution for being a vandal. I don't know.
Yeah,
I really like
I
how we
think-
took the Tangico plot and we completely ignored Elaine.
now, remember, with the first time that we saw Matt
Okay.
hanging was in the end of season 2. If
Well,
they
yeah.
don't do something with that this season, it'll be like this is
So-
the mystery that goes on way too long. But
I
it would
think-
be more appropriate to put it into the tier story, which if they're going to do that for season 4, they're going way too slow.
which is wild. Yeah,
well, I
but
think- Go ahead.
I just feel like I feel like it's Easter eggs, and that like we already got the Matt hanging and getting his visions and memories. Like from the showrunner perspective, they've already done that. He drank the mystery tea and he got hung, and that's why now he's got the memories of other people's lives in his head, and he speaks in the old tongue. I think that all the doorway and the all that stuff, I think it's purely Easter egg things, because Min's visions don't happen the way that she saw them. The one thing we know about her visions in the show is that whatever she sees is not the thing that happens.
I think the big thing that sort of turned everybody into thinking it might be something was it could be another red herring, completely wrong, is there's that one actor that is credited with being an Aelfin in episode 8. So I think that
that would be the information that I
I think that's what everybody led everybody up into thinking, that he's gonna go to Finland, is because there's one character who is credited with being an Aelfin, and that's
But it's
who
also
knows?
it's the Min vision, and we know where one of the arches is in Tarvalon. We know that the arch is not in Ruidian. The logical place is then Tangico. Guys, I just filled in this last one because I remember conversation that we had a little bit from earlier, but I like it. Elaine learns that Lord Gabriel is Robin.
Yeah,
that would fit. That's like a setup. Oh, now I need to go save my mom kind of thing.
Yes.
And at around this time in the show as well, in the books, we know something's up with Lord Gabriel, because Matt overheard that he's actually a villain.
Yes.
And they're all they know that Morghese is kind of under threat.
What if Matt overhears a conversation between Mogideon and Ravine, and then he goes to report it to Elaine, and that's your book accurate.
Well, we've got the book accurate stuff covered, so we're just putting it in the overflow predictions here. But I like this one, that info kind of gets relayed to Elaine, and we don't have really any Elaine predictions up here yet. So, guys, I'm still saving my ultimate prediction for the last one in that highlighted spot.
Plot?
We've got just the last White Tower. Anybody got another White Tower prediction? How is it the most boring?
It's stupid, but there's one from the chat from Augustine. The
Leandrin
Shanjan attack the White Tower through the Waygate.
Oh God, that's awful.
Love it automatically. Put it on the board.
Steve,
Thank you
let's
for this
give this one to Stephen. So Leandrin is going to use Naomi's power on Matt to unscramble his memories. I thought Naomi was going to do it, but maybe we get a Leandrin encounter on Matt as well.
No. I think Yaniv is going to see Leandrin do this, because remember, she can see something, a weave be done, and then make it right away.
Why are we unscrambling? I can't believe that's the plot line. Unscrambling Matt's brain is
Matt and Nynaeve have both been kind of useless in all of this.
Amber, I think it was you that said that you thought that she was gonna like that was gonna be her big thing too, instead of. Well, I don't know if you're there yet. I don't want to spoil the book, so I'm gonna be quiet. But I think that's gonna be Nynaeve's big thing, is healing Matt, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, how did you do that?"
Guys, how about this one for a column prediction?
Okay.
No tower coup, not at all. Or maybe we just say peaceful transfer of power.
Dude, what if Elida just
Joe's prediction that Elida finds out about Suan's Terangrial and meets her there?
That's no, that guy's.
What if they
wait,
just join
no.
forces? No
I have a
power
good
coup.
one.
That's great.
All right, Amber.
I think remember we've been talking about this. I think Elida and Suan have teamed up, and that they are going to stage a coup.
Oh, gross. Oh,
The division in the tower is all
To fester out the rest of the
fake.
Black Ajah. It's a fake coup to get the Black Ajah to come out. I love it.
Who cares what the reason is? But
I love
why else would they have ended?
Oh.
Remember the last time we saw them, Suan was basically standing over Elida, and they seemed like they were like, she was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I did this. You know, we're buddies now." Like that's
Yeah,
what
wrong
that
about
was the
you.
vibe.
Yes,
Is Rafe
you're
turning
so right.
Elida into a good character?
Oh
Is that-
my! Of course, it's her favorite character.
There's a certain rationale from the show perspective on this, that you have two strong female characters. Obviously, they can't be at odds with each other. They have to team up. You know,
it.
so
I like it. I love it.
yeah. I mean, I hate it, but I also like it. Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
stop
guys,
stop
All right.
burying the lead, Dane. What's your
Gotta hear it.
showstopper?
What's your big brain prediction?
Moraine is actually a dark friend.
Give Ed.
We already know this.
Wait,
No,
no,
no.
I want to hear your justification because it sounded like you
Actually, a
figured
dark
something
friend.
out.
Snape, like triple agent,
Wait, I thought we.
betrays
I thought you said this was going to
Lanfear.
be good.
in the last hour of her life.
I thought this is known, isn't it? I like it. I'm on board. I agree completely.
I think all this stuff is going to it might get revealed in a flashback of all the instances of Moraine using the one power as a weapon, all the instances of her lying and breaking the oath against lying. These are all breadcrumbs for us to follow. And
Once
the
again,
reason why she's
yeah.
teaming up with Lanfear this whole season, and even though warning after warning seems to be doing what she says, heck, even the plot where she stabbed Lanfear and took Rand, maybe that was a plot concocted with Lanfear. But Moraine joins the Black Ajah to undo or kill a Forsaken, but can only do it because she's oath-bound to obey them until the final hour of her life. Which I checked with Amber before this. She knows what's that's in reference to, but that could also be a reason why fans really despise this, because that's
She's
also
taking over a plot from a different character.
Yeah, and it's a very late reveal in the books. So I think they're actually going to make her a dark friend, and the explanation is going to be she has to go along until she knows she's going to die, and then she can finally do the right thing.
That's not a bad. That would be very competent writing on the part of the writers, though.
Which is maybe why it won't happen.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I think
100%
that's
she's.
too
I think
much,
100% she's a dark friend. But I think there's.
Yes.
I think. Look, yes, I agree. I think that's what they're doing. I don't think they've done it very well, but I think you're right. She's been a dark friend all along. And it was for reasons for other reasons stolen from another point of view in the book that I won't get into.
I think that Mule's comment is the problem with this. That I don't think that any of those things could possibly have been intentional, because that would require a level of competency in writing that would require all of these other things to have been problems. And like literally every other Aes Sedai we've been introduced to is also Black Ajah then, because they've been laying breadcrumbs for them.
You're not thinking how these show people think.
Yeah.
Where it's basic, they probably all got told by the internet after the season aired that these were all problems.
Play history's right. Yeah.
And they come up with this after the fact.
This forces them
100%.
to admit that we were right.
It doesn't matter. Like the
It doesn't
back
matter to them.
doesn't matter at all.
They're speed running to the end because they know they can't get
Let's
their
make it
favorite
real.
stuff in. So let's just give a different character's whole plot arc to Moraine, and it's her send off.
I'm not
think
saying
that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty. Yeah, I could see that, especially because I think that they know that this season had a very high chance of being their last season. It was like their last the last chance to bring more people in. They've got their best special effects, their best sets, their best costumes. Arguably, the bubbles of scenes that have been good, like what we got in episode 4.
Yep.
But this would be something mind-blowing to do, but it does steal from the book, so they can say it's book accurate, but it does. Well, did they say that the thing that's going to be controversial, was that going to be about a Forsaken or an Aes Sedai? Because I've now heard both, and I don't know where. I can't remember where I heard both, so I couldn't say.
I didn't think they were
Either way.
specific. I
Yeah,
think
they
they
didn't
just
say
said
Okay.
who it was regarding. They just said that the finale is going to divide the fandom.
Yeah, and this divides it for a number of reasons, because it's major spoilers for book fans. It's taking a character that they supposedly like and turning her into a villain, turning into a good guy. I think all these show fans, or these show writers, really like the Snape triple agent story from Harry Potter. So I could totally see them trying to ape that. And there's an in-world reason why Moron can't re-betray the dark until a specific moment in time. Because that's how they get sworn to it. They can't do betrayal until the last hour of their life. So that's going to be the reveal.
Just devil's advocate here. Just devil's advocate here. How could that possibly coexist in a world where Moraine teleports and gets herself all the way out to Kyrian and stabs Lanfear in the back?
Yeah. She knew it wasn't going to kill Lanfear to start with, and it's like, this is how Rand is going to trust me.
Can I stack something else on top of here? This is the White Tower
thing.
Her
plot to never sleep again.
It didn't make sense.
What if this is one of the bonds that Suwan made with her, and they both took the Dark Friend oaths together, and they're both Dark Friends?
Maybe, but
I don't know, because all their private time together has been about forgive me and I'm sorry and all that stuff.
And keep in mind, Moraine could still feel like she's a good person, even though she's sworn to the Shadow, because her plan was always to do this betrayal.
Yes.
At the very end. Or maybe she thought she could get access to the Oath Rod and unswear the oath.
When do we think this event would have occurred? Her going to the Dark One? Because I think while she's
maybe from the start. Maybe she always was.
I think she goes down to the Eye of the World and believes that the Dark One is there and brings Rand ready to kill him. She doesn't know who it is. If it's one of the girls, it could be. So she was ready to bring somebody there who she was hoping was going to kick ass.
But this is why it makes no sense. And
but
they'll
I think
actually end up
got stilled, that would, or believed she was stilled, that would be the time when she would go to the Dark One and maybe I can do something.
Well,
why would Ishamael, who's the leader of the Black Aja, do what he did?
Yeah, he would know all of this. She would be reporting. Yeah. It doesn't work. But it's like Dane said, they don't care. It's just they got this idea. They're like, oh yeah, it'll be good.
All the problems.
It is true. I need to ask myself the same question that I asked Steve before. Is my argument that does not make sense? Is that an argument against it being in the show? And no, it's not. So I don't really have an argument here, other than that I think even they would probably look at this and be like, we're not good enough writers to do this.
Oh, boy.
Mule's got a great point too, though. His theory is that she's always been a Dark Friend trying to prop up a false dragon, but then accidentally chose the real one.
You're so bad at your job that you're the first Dark Friend in 3,000 years to pick the actual dragon.
But let's recap some of the things that she's done throughout the series that kind of fits with this. One of the first things she does is sees Leandrin capture a male channeler and gentle him on the spot and doesn't react. She kills Master Hightower. She sends the Red Aja after Matt. So Moraine is the one who makes sure that Matt ends up in Leandrin's hands. So and there were some pretty creepy scenes between Leandrin and Moraine that was hinted at in both those seasons, talking in hallways, touching the chin that was somewhat sexual. Leandrin looking longingly at Moraine's portrait in Kyrian. there's a connection there, it seems.
Oh.
So is this
all this
just
kind of
a-
stuff is just hinting at Moraine was probably a dark friend all along.
So,
But Moraine's redemption at the end is being like
so
betraying and killing.
we've predicted Inktar's redemption arc for like 5 characters now. So, is this like a retcon to fix the fact that she's been doing dark friend stuff? Stain, is that what you think? Is just a retcon?
Well, it's a different character's arc. I still like our prediction that we have here that Leandrin is going to take Inktar's redemption arc, saving Nynaeve from Moghedien. Like there's enough on here to basically be like, all right, this is why people who've seen this don't like it. But I'm happy with this card, guys. I think this was very good.
Quick thing. Does Rand and gang ever find out that Moraine was working with Lanfear then? Do we ever, if she turns out to be a dark friend or not, do they ever find out that she was working with Lanfear and like send a evil Lanfear after the kids in
because
Charval?
we wanted another montage, right? They literally do the Dark Knight montage. Egwene finds out and chooses not to tell Rand.
Well, like
as revenge for him not telling anybody about sleeping with a Forsaken?
Or just like look, if we tell Rand that that Harvey Dent is Two-Face, the illusion will shatter. Okay? So Moraine was the hero that we needed.
Not the one we deserved or wanted.
Well, are we also going to get a dark or not a Superman Man of Steel-esque large funeral for Moraine, and then like they'll bury her with the Sarkinen, and then it'll blink when they put her in the chamber?
No, she's going to be obliterated. I think she's going to be blasted to smithereens.
Egwene gets the Sarkinen at the end.
Yeah. Well, there is a scene. I don't know if we all forgot about. I know I did, but remember that scene from the original trailer of Egwene on the Snakes and Foxes blanket?
I think we already saw that
with Rand. No. It's in the room that they're
looking at, laying down, looking at each other.
Right. So that's the room. Yes. That's the room where they're pulling Lanfear out of the dream in. So she's going to go save Rand.
That's Egwene fighting Lanfear. Did somebody say that already and I missed it? Egwene is disguised as Moraine fighting Lanfear in the dream world with the help of Rand.
Oh man, that needs to go on the board.
Let's get it
to go on the board.
Descriptive, but
that is a good one.
Lanfear kills Moraine, but then Egwene kills Lanfear.
No, I think that my female clan chief should get taken off. And we should do that. Egwene impersonates Moraine in the dream. I think that's a great one.
What if
insane. Also, I think my female clan chief is basically a free space. I feel dirty even putting that in there.
And maybe Rand will be Lan with the sword.
I sort of like where you're going, but what if Egwene is just watching the whole time, and after it gets revealed Moraine is a dark friend, she kills her. And that's what everybody hates. That it's Egwene that kills Moraine.
Well, because I'm thinking of that scene where you've got the 5 of them standing around that bed thing, and then you've got the Dreamers. I think all of them are setting this trap. It starts out with Egwene and Rand laying down, and they're like, okay. They look at each other like, we ready to go and get Lanfear and bring her into this? And like, okay, and then they go. But when we see them appear in the dream world, it's Moraine and Lan.
And they also
like Rand is Lan in the dream world.
They wake up. Remember this one? This is what I was referring to. I just shared it real quick. This is that scene.
Yes, that. See, I think
I thought we saw this already.
No,
we did not see this already.
Okay.
Gosh.
This is
that Amber is onto something here. I love it.
I think she's onto it. I think she's onto it. And I think that we need to find.
No, this is a good card because I'm just scanning this at a very high level, and I'm noting that we don't really have Rand doing anything.
This would be his thing.
Why would he do anything?
No, I swear.
Like you said, Dane.
That's not Rand fighting Lanfear. That is Rand. That is not Lan fighting Lanfear. That's Rand fighting Lanfear. I really think that's got
I'm playing this bingo to win, not to be book accurate. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Why would Rand do anything?
I think the Egwene impersonates Marine in the Dream World. I think that's a deep pull. I think Amber is onto something. She's using her writer brain.
She's on it. She's
I think
on
she's
it.
unpacked.
Yeah.
I think she's figured something out.
I think she's
I'm gonna
on it
go here.
100%. I love
Where
it.
is that slide of it's this moment here? Look, they are all setting a trap.
Yes.
Oh, these
Oh,
two
that's
are
the blanket.
channeling.
That is the
Yeah,
blanket.
That's what I'm saying. Yes,
That's
that's the
Egwene.
blanket. It's
That's
just all
Egwene.
fake.
Dream, Rand.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my brain.
It's all a dream. She's right. She's got it.
And that's why they hate it, because it's one of those tropes in storytelling. The whole like the last 30 minutes you just saw was all a dream.
So I think that this is a dream. It's all projection. This is not actually land.
Yeah.
Let's let Amber
This is
cook.
projection.
Move on, please.
So
I can't
Let
look
her
at
cook.
Lanfear is fighting Luke Skywalker in that second movie of the recent trilogy.
Oh,
Like
no.
it's not real.
It's the
That's what
Last
that
Jedi.
is. And then they're gonna get her to spaz out, and they're gonna kill her while she's spazzing out.
Yes,
How would Lanfear not know that she's in a dream?
because Egwene is the best ever. You keep forgetting.
Lanfear is like the master of Teleon-Riyadh.
Where's this Moraine getting stabbed slide? Where'd
It's
that
at
go?
the very end. It's like fade to black.
Steve had it.
Steve shared
Uh,
that
It
second,
wasn't
right?
in my slideshow.
It wasn't me. I think it was Alan that had it.
Alan had it.
I found it later. That's why I think they
The
screwed
stabbed
up.
one?
It's literally it fade to black on the
I can share that again.
Yeah,
it's
Alan's
you
doing
have
it.
to brighten it up because it's literally at the fade to black
Yeah.
with the Prime logo
Yeah.
over it. Yeah, it's a good pick because I think they screwed up and we're supposed to show it.
Because I don't think that's gonna be Moraine at all. She's wearing a totally.
I
this
think
is
you're
her-
so right. I
Yeah.
think the whole thing is an Egwene dream with Rand.
Oh, what a terrible dream!
The whole,
You can show it
but I
again.
think the whole episode, it's gonna be all a dream. Like 30 minutes of it is just gonna be Egwene's dream.
Yeah.
Oh my god, everybody would hate that.
Yeah.
I think you nailed it.
This would be
That's
a very
pretty bad.
unsatisfying fight
That's
if they
pretty
know,
bad.
like they're trying to build up, like, oh, you can die in the dream if you get stabbed by somebody else, but this is not going to actually be Moraine. This will be a doll. This will be, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
a figment. Like it'll be a projection. Yeah, it'll be Egwene mastering the dream.
And they're using the Sarkar. They're using that thing.
We're going too
to
far
make
down
all
the
more
rabbit hole
real.
here, guys. This
like-
is going to be This is going to be Alcardal post, and they're just going to
Well, this
lure her
is-
out and then fight her in the desert. Like they're not going to get that creative.
I think she's on it. I agree with Amber. I'm 100% on board with
Well,
this.
I think actually both. Right? So I think this scene here where Moraine gets actually killed, like if we say that they're the two of them are going to get killed, so she stabs Moraine blows up with the power, they both die, right? That could actually be near Alcardal at the end, right? But I do think that you're onto it with the initial showdown, because we talked before that there's going to be two showdowns, right? There's going to be one in the dream, and then there's going to be one in reality. And I think you're right to be like, it's the one in the dream is going to be bait, and it's going to be a trap that they laid. It's not going to be Moraine. It's going to be the two of them. I like it. I think it's good.
I hate
Yeah,
it,
but if
because
anything,
it's good.
I would say that the dream is this scene. So if they are coming out to bait her or provoke her, where Rand calls her a monster, maybe they are gathering to kind of go in the dream world. Maybe Rand needs Egwene's help to go in there. But it's just to provoke her here until Rand to set up the desert fight. But you know what? I'm trying to make reasonable predictions. I think that whatever
Joseph works,
stupidity
though.
we've
If
put
this
up
is
here,
a dream, and then they go to another dream, but they
I-
think that it's real. Like she thinks it's real, but they know that it's not. Oh, they're
Yeah,
totally.
this show clearly wants to be Inception. So the fact
Yeah.
that they have a dream and then they make her think that she stepped out of the dream into reality, but it's actually another dream, and Egwene is just that good.
I think
on now. Come on.
it just that the blanket with
upset.
them sleeping, the blanket with them laying on it in the same room. I think the whole thing is going to be a manufact. How much times have we said it? Egwene is the main character, right? So if we're making, well, besides from Moraine, what a better way to show for the show to show how powerful she is, that she has just set up this whole fake thing to get Lanfear off balance, to pull her out and do whatever they're going to do to her. I think that's absolutely what they're doing.
Yeah, I think that's where
All
my
right.
vote it is. We've got it on the page now. There should be a golden thread around that one because I think that's going to be. I think that's so accurate. I doubt that they're going to have Moraine get stabbed and that's her actual death. Like, no,
way.
they're not going to do that, especially if they show it in the trailer.
No way.
It's fake. Yeah.
Maybe they accidentally showed in the trailer. We don't know.
I
Guys,
hate it.
there's a lot of terrible predictions on here, but I
Should we
think
read
there's
them
a,
all real quick?
yeah. If we
Dude,
I
if we
can
get a
walk through them.
blackout.
Okay, so guys, we're
real
gonna
quick,
do.
Fael and Perrin are credited with being in the episode too. So I think
are
you're
they?
right. Yep.
But
We
we're
are gonna
the
get-
rescue and wedding.
You
Both
know
of them
it.
have to happen.
It's just them two. I didn't see any of the other Two Rivers folk. So
I don't think
know.
they need, if they get married, that will be so forced.
okay. So for everybody's benefit, I'm going to run through our predictions really quickly. Going top left and across the top, we're going to see rain in the desert, but it's different somehow. So it's not Rand doing stuff. Nynaeve overcomes her block by nearly drowning. Elida is revealed to be surrounded by Black Aja, like Alviarin. Melindra is a dark friend. Matt gets his answers and his items at the same time in Finland.
I like that.
Show predictions. This is my main one. Moraine is actually a dark friend. We're doing the Snape-like triple agent plot, betrays Lanfear in the last hour of her life. Matt goes to Finland through the doorway, which is in the Panarch's palace. White Tower plot, Swan dies. Here's a big one. Leandrin saves Nynaeve from Ogedion in a redemption arc. And then the miscellaneous one here, Asmo Tom. We all know what that means.
Yeah.
Super Chats have provided the following predictions. An original Aiel musical number at Alkirdal. Matt gets attacked by a gray man, potentially dies. Elida dethrones Swan, calls her an ethnic slur like river trash. Deus ex Demandrid. So an eighth Forsaken who's not Asmo Tom or anyone else. They just show up and do things.
And not Moraine.
Yeah. And Rand is killed by or attacked by Melindra. All right. Best of chat predictions. We say that Lanfear kills Moraine, but then Egwene kills Lanfear. We have Min saves Matt from hanging after he goes to visit Finland. Swan has a silly escape helped by either Varen or her fornicatorian Terangrial. There's a named Forsaken in the tower. We don't know which one. Moraine has the Shatter Logoth dagger. I forgot about that one. Maybe that's why she's been evil the whole season.
That's a good one. I like that one. She has a whole bunch of other daggers. I like that one.
Exactly. Maybe that was one of them. Maybe we saw it when she disarmed going into Ruidian.
we should. We need to take a look.
Quick cutaway. Yeah.
Wait. She's got Perrin's old dagger too, like the one that. Yeah, she's got
the
Perrin's.
butter knife. Yeah.
Yeah, the butter knife.
Egwene impersonates Moraine in the dream world, and we're kind of saying that's tied to like luring Lanfear out before the big fight. A completely out of the wall, off the wall prediction. Matt gets laid, so maybe that happens, but we're leaving the gender ambiguous. Elida and Swan stage a coup to ferret out the Black Aja. So we're saying they start working together, and they're on the same team. That would be wild. Elaine learns that Lord Gabriel is actually Ravin. We had to have a Elaine prediction, and then the last one tied to the credits that Steve you just dug up for us. That there's actually a Perrin rescue shot at the tail end of the episode and maybe a broad monologue to end the season with where everything stands.
I was wrong. Bane and Chiad are credited too. So
Are they?
Yep.
Be part of that rescue for sure.
The rescue is still happening. Yeah.
So I have real quick. Sorry to interject, but as I'm looking at, I don't know how much we can rely on this though, because there is a very weird one in here. Karini is credited with being in this episode.
Oh, that's right.
I forgot about that. So there might be a Karenni Sedai was the Stepan's Aes Sedai who died in the first season. But
Yes.
she is
We
back.
have
So there's,
time to do this.
well, there's
Do we
probably
have like
a flashback.
Do we have another flashback?
Is it going to be a Tangico flashback with
I think it might be a White Tower flashback, a cold open of the last time there was a vote in the hall when Sawan defeated
That's the
Elida
cold.
for the
That's
Emerald
the
seat.
okay. That's the
That could
cold
be the
open.
cold open.
Oh,
Gotcha.
that would work.
Because whites, you got white sitter, two white sitters. Yeah.
Oh.
We can't do any more Leandrin flashbacks for cold open. We can't. There's been too many Leandrin past stuff.
Well,
I think it's
and we've
gotta be
also
a
had
fun
young
thing.
Leandrin twice. So she was only cast in 2 episodes, and we have both those episodes.
Okay, yeah. So
I think that
I
we
like that.
can and should have more Leandrin. I think
I just don't
And
see
it-
how the hell are they going to do all of this. It's going to, I mean, maybe, what is the runtime on the finale episode? Is it just an hour?
Yeah.
It might be a
The
little
normal,
bit
It's an
normal,
hour.
like
It's an hour.
just short of 70. Yeah.
It's an hour 10. I'm pretty sure.
Gosh, like an hour and a half, maybe they could cover everything that they need to in an adequate way, but it's going to feel
Maybe,
so
yeah.
crammed.
You forget that the 70-minute runtime there is about the same as many of the other episodes. So when you have the previously on and you have the credits and all that stuff as part of the 70 minutes, like they have 1 hour, you know.
My goodness.
Well,
I got 2 questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Has anyone seen the classic horror, the 2006 horror movie Stay Alive with Frankie Muniz?
No.
Okay, because every time we say if you die in the dream, you die in real life. That's what I think of. It's a video
Nightmare on
game
Elm
movie.
Street.
If you die in if you die in the game, you die in real
Oh.
life. But it's horrible and it's the best. And the second question is anyone planning on doing this bingo card, watching this episode live? Because I don't think I can watch this episode alone.
I'll do it if you guys want to, but we should get people on your guys' channel. Like so folks in the chat, I accidentally stole a bunch of viewers from Prophet of the Dragon, at least twice. So
Stop it! Cut it out. No, you didn't. Cut it out.
We
No.
can't do a watch on
So
YouTube, but we can definitely go to the Band of the Red Hand Discord.
So
and-
my
Yes,
plan.
thank you.
Me and Pip have been watching it live, but I know Pip's is unavailable, and I work till. But my plan was to wait. I get home at 7. I was basically gonna, after the kids got sent, watch it, and then probably stream forever and be mad. but I wasn't sure. That was my plan for Thursday, was to just sort of, But if anybody else has any other plans, then I will. I am flexible.
there were a couple things that I forgot to mention, but one of them could be related to this, which is that Band of the Red Hand is a Discord where they play this bingo game. So it's in the description of this video. There's a link to Band of the Red Hand's Discord, and there's also a link to a bingo card scrambler on there. So you can go to enter all of these into that bingo card or your own bingo card, scramble it, and then post it on the Band of the Red Hand, and then actually play bingo along with this. We should probably do some sort of a live stream view play. What do you think?
Well, we could probably do I know I'm going to incorporate the bingo card into my episode review when it comes out.
Yeah, I'll do that. Well, I'll do mine in a live when I do a live of it too. But I'll do like the results,
Yeah, because I had fun with Aldan going through these as they came out. So we did that, and we actually got a bingo out of the last one that we did. On the miscellaneous column. All I had to do was cheat a couple of times, but it was totally fine.
Should we plan to do, do you guys feel like you'd be able to go do we could do a bingo game on the Whitecloaks channel?
Yeah, or
Is that
anywhere.
what you guys guessing?
Let's discuss that all offline, but we'll come
Okay,
up and we'll
figure it
make
out.
sure that there's a fun follow-up with this
Yeah,
this whole bingo card.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Well-
Amber, I saw you get up to something like 175, 180 people watching at one time. I think we had a
In
In
lot
this
of people in chat.
in this chat?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
damn, that's
Yeah.
the most I've ever had.
were rocking it.
143 right now, so people need to hit that like
Hit that-
button and
yes, hit the
subscribe
like
if
button.
they are not already a subscribed
We're
sort of viewer.
only it's
I'm
79.
not subscribed. Crap.
I
Well,
don't think
do it now.
I have incognito channels and I subscribe to other channels, but I don't usually subscribe using this one. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I'm
only got 79 likes. Let's get that number up there. Come on.
and yeah, don't forget to go check out the channels for the Whitecloaks, for Technically Mexican and Prophet of the Dragon. All of that is in the description below. And keep your eyes open. I will post on my channel what we're going to do. So look in my
Yeah.
community section where there's posts. I will let everybody know as soon as we've decided where we're going to play bingo and whatnot. But otherwise, you'll probably be able to find information about that on the Prophet of the Red Dragon, or sorry, the hand.
That's a
I
new
have,
one.
I have a Discord too, but theirs is the main one for all the
Your
action.
brain was
Yeah,
fried
the
by
red-
all of this.
The links are in the description. You know what? Actually, I will also put in the description what our plans are for doing
Yeah.
some sort of a live stream or where everybody's going to do it. So if anybody's going to do their own, I'll make sure I put all that information in this description as well. Whoa! Thank you, Rodell Iturralde. I stopped watching since season 1, episode 3. That was about where I wanted to stop watching. But I absolutely love watching Wheel of Time YouTube channels. And here's a little something for y'all. the spreading RJ's amazing work. Thank you. And like I said, all the money is going straight to purchasing more books for more Wheel of Time books and donating them to libraries and schools. We're going to figure that out, but it'll be either in Arizona or wherever Prophet lives, because he's been doing this already for a while. So I'll be taking advice from him on how to do that. But I think that's it. Are we good?
Yeah, so we're basically like Make-A-Wish, except, instead of, granting wishes to kids who don't have any hair, we grant books to people who've pulled their hair out.
Yeah, I managed to find. I got 2 extra ones of these too. I'm gonna give them to my son's school. So we'll try it.
Perfect.
I got Easton, Rain, and Carl though. So I guess I'm a bad dad, but
How old is he? 10?
Old enough. It's never too early to read Carl. Okay, sorry.
Amber, this
It
was great.
might be too early to read Carl.
I'll follow up as well with we'll get copies of these the bingo card images posted up, so you could share that on your community channel as well, or on the Discords. So these will go up, and everybody will get set for the finale. And the good thing too, we did this on a Monday, so hopefully people can rewatch this stream in the lead up as well. Because
hopefully my review of 7 will actually get up here tomorrow. So,
but the problem with our last prediction stream is basically a couple hours later, all of our predictions were dashed when the actual episode aired. So
it's
now,
funny
now
because it's worked out good the way you guys have done it, because like we tried to do the bingo cards earlier and we thought things were going to happen in the next episode, and then it was just like they did none of it, because it was like, what the wow, they didn't even get to even close to where we thought they were going to be. So it was just like, so this has worked out good for the last 2. You guys did an awesome job on the last one. So thank you for having me.
No, big thank you to you guys. You basically ran and planned this entire stream. For folks who didn't know, they basically did all the work. So thank you so much for letting me host it on my channel and benefit from the views here. But
Amber got the audience for us.
Check out their channels, huh?
You got us the audience. So
well, it happens. Yeah. It happens when you've got Hills from Tangico. So
wait. That's it. Cut the stream. That was the best sign-outs ever.
No. Before I commit, I need to know how many Hills you have, because 3's.
I have the right amount.
Okay.
3 is too many. Yeah.
3 is too many. 1's not enough. So weird. Oh, anyway. I think that's it. We're good. We will talk to all of y'all later. Be good to yourself.
Please like, subscribe, and comment, even if it's just with an emoji. It's a free way for you to support this channel. Or if you're feeling super generous, check out my Patreon, Ko-fi, or hit the Money Heart Thanks button down below. You can become a subscriber or leave me a one-time tip. Anything is much appreciated. Be good to yourself.